Rugby league is a pretty cool sport at the best of times. But I tell you what, when these two sides come together, it is one of the great modern rivalries. I always get terrified coming up against the Melbourne Storm, even in a season like this, which I have thoroughly enjoyed, might I add, with them being below par. You got Sydney and you got Melbourne. You got two sides who are probably the two most hated in the Premiership on average. Maybe Penrith are up and about there as well in the modern era. But, well, modern era is in the last 5 years or so. But these two traditionally do dominate that. Just changing the stream title on Twitch to Roosters and Storm. And we have a terrible record against them. Granted, I think a lot of the games have been a bit more competitive than the record would suggest in recent years. But even earlier this season, they did get the win against us in Melbourne coming out of the Origin period. We were super flat that day, very, very tired. Hopefully, we can be a bit more sharp tonight at home at Allianz, where we haven't beat the Melbourne Storm since 2015. 2015, brother, in 2015, when we would have played the Melbourne Storm, I would have been 12. I haven't seen my team beat the Melbourne Stormers at Allianz since I was 12. You know how crazy that is? I'm about to finish a 5-year law degree. I'm 23 years of age. Tragic. Anyway, let's have a little squeeze at the teams, because I didn't do that yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I didn't do that at the start of this stream, and I'd like to. So, only one change. Tuimalagi Brown comes into start. Did I say Suamalagi? Siolagi. That is straight up not his name. Tuimalagi Brown comes into start over Moses Leo. The thing that I think will win this game for the Roosters is the halves. Sam Walker and Daly Cherry Evans, obviously the starting halves pairing that you would expect from the Roosters, up against the Shark and the Toe. In my mind, if we lose to the Shark and the Toe Fold Club, Delete Club, it's over. Finished. No need. However, the forwards are a little bit more evenly matched. I would still give us the win, but Stefano, Harry Grant, Josh King, they have done the job for a very long time. Cooper Clark has been one of the really big shining lights, one of the big plus points for the Melbourne Storm this season. Oren Keeley as well coming in to make his first start for the Melbourne Storm after making his club debut last week. And Trent Loiero, love him or hate him, he plays State of Origin, so he can't be bad, right? You can't be bad. The bench, I think we do certainly have the edge, though. Connor Watson, Fiketti, Butcher, Lazalu, and then a couple of outside backs in Bathurst and Talau. In my mind, comfortably beats Satrick, Hetherington, Pahulu, and McDonald with Huen and Moali. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I know of this man. I don't think I've ever heard of him. And I kind of, like, generally speaking, know a little bit of ball. Holy voice crack. I know a little bit of ball. Every now and then, I do typically know some ball. So, to have not even heard of him, that's kind of impressive. You need, like, all due respect to him, but, like, bit of a surprise. Bit of a surprise. Good evening, Madsen. Good to see you. We have kickoff in 5 minutes' time. You know, I'll give Loiero credit. Played pretty well last week. He has those games where he's very solid. He's all right. And again, like, Billy Slater evidently sees something in him. So, who am I to say that I know ball more than Billy Slater? I certainly would not. Certainly would not. Score prediction, I believe I said 32-16 earlier. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Stanley, when played one game, I vaguely remember doing his debut stats. There we go. Moore Park is alive tonight. Is it? Are you at Moore Park? Is it raining? The rain could kind of save them a little bit. I certainly hope it's not raining, but I fear it might, because it was raining quite heavily at Shark Park, and that is not really that far away. Although, given that I live in the Shire and have to travel for Roosters games, it feels bloody far away there. Should the Leaguie get his tissues ready? I certainly don't think so. I certainly hope not. But anyway, let's get into it. You know what's funny? We've lost a whole lot of Twitch viewers. Although normally we lose YouTube viewers between the two games, because it switches over. 53% of you reckon the Storm will win this game. I'm going to say that that's not true. I'm going to come out and flatly say, I don't believe you. I think you're telling me a lie. I don't think that the majority of you, it is only 17 votes, but I don't think the majority of you actually think that the Melbourne Storm will win tonight. You said 30-12, but it's wrong anyway, because it's actually going to be Storm 28-20. Sure, buddy. Whatever floats your boat, if you say so. Sure thing. We'll let you live in your delusions. Do you think it'll be a standout for Teddy or Sammy? Well, Teddy's not playing, unfortunately. If he was playing, open and shut case Roosters win, in my opinion. But, no, I think this game is set up largely for Sam Walker. He didn't play last week. We managed to get a solid win without him. But he'll be nice and rested, nice and fresh. Again, we have a real 1-2 punch with Tedesco and Robson. It's not really going to be there today. So I think we'll be relying more on the two halves. I wonder if Hainsey's there. He'll absolutely be there for sure. Watson, will do a call of my dad at halftime and full-time. I was thinking earlier we should maybe switch it to being pre-game and post-game rather than halftime and full-time. But anyway. Hainsey, the Queensland-born New South Wales supporter. I don't think he was Queensland-born. I think he lives in Queensland, but I don't think he was Queensland-born. I'm pretty sure he was born in New South Wales. Warbrick hat-trick just as an extra loss for you. Yeah, I mean, he goes well against us. I think Joe Hughes goes well against us. But anyway. Is Nwangani Tuase playing? Yes, we are full strength other than Tedesco not playing. I don't think there's anyone else that we're missing. Oh, well, Robert Toyer. But apparently we're resting Robert Toyer. I just closed and reopened my app to hopefully go like closer to the actual live time, and I think I've gone further back. Anyway, he told Mike Dalton, the Channel 9 reporter, he was born in Queensland. There we go. I stand well and truly corrected. I remembered hearing a story that he like at least grew up maybe in New South Wales and then moved back to Queensland. I'm not sure, but anyway, I genuinely saw Fnatic and Hainsey last week, but didn't talk to them at all. That's a shame. You should have. They're very approachable, both of them. Especially Hainsey. I've seen him be really, really good with, you know, younger fans. So Sam Walker is extremely overrated and overexposed and not that good. I look forward to full time. It's going to be fun when Sam Walker has 3 tries. Why not all 3? I was asking to see if we were getting his words. Have to make it to 10 and Papa Leaguie will help. I'll try and help you to make it to 10. I wouldn't want to spring it on him. That's the thing. I normally like to set it up in advance. But maybe in future we can do all 3. That said, like, I don't really know why I wanted it to be 2 before. Anyway. Storm on top, banging the drums for Melbourne. I think that hopefully that won't resonate through with them today. I was just thinking, other than Eye Candy, what are cheerleaders in the NRL for? The only one of note is Taylor Montoya. So I was of that opinion as well a while ago. And certainly as a progressive young male, I was like, surely the game should move beyond this a little bit. And some clubs did. I know the Roosters for a while had their hype squad rather than cheerleaders. But I then saw an article by a former cheerleader who said, I never had the talent to play rugby league. And you know, it was back in the days as well when there wasn't the NRLW, so there wasn't a path to get involved. So the way that she could become part of the NRL world and support her team and wear those team colors and be part of the game day experience was by being a cheerleader. And yes, it is kind of, it feels like a bit of a sexual thing, the way that some of them are dressed, but certainly there's benefits to it, and it opened up my eyes a little bit. So I think the Roosters do currently have cheerleaders, to my knowledge. Here come the Chalks. Wow, there is no bastard there. Okay. I tend to defend Roosters crowds as being better than they say. Like the people say, the narrative says. That's not one of them. There is no bastard there. Granted, we wouldn't have a lot of traveling fans, but I'm surprised. I know it's a Friday, but it's 8 p.m. That surprises me. I can feel the Roosters win just. I'd take a win by 2 points. I'd take a win by 2 points for sure. Paul Lynn did a Carl today and met Tommy Robinson. Well, she went on Tommy's podcast. Carl had Tommy Robinson on his. Anyway. So, we're about to have kickoff. Lockie says they've already kicked off. They have it on my screen. I'll tell you when they kick off on my screen so they can sync up with me if you want to. They are about to. That is an MTR stadium. Holy hell. There's no one there. Caddy, thank you for following. There's the kickoff if you want to sync up with me. We are absolutely underway. Has there been a problem? Has there legitimately been a problem getting into the ground or anything? Roosters have never got good crowds. That's simply not true. Certainly over the last few years, we've averaged the second highest crowds in Sydney, at well over 20k. And even this year, we've had very good crowds. That's why this kind of stands out. Absolute rubbish narrative that we've never got good crowds. I was at the last Roosters game at this venue. Yeah, you would know, I think, that the crowd was certainly better last time out. Anyway. Run there from Cody Ramsey, up to the halfway line. Matt says Roosters have no fans. That's... Oh, no. Guys. I don't think I exist. Apparently, I don't exist. No! Oh, that's devastating. Roosters fans can afford the corporate boxes. As a Roosters fan who cannot afford the corporate boxes, that is definitely not true. Certainly not true. The reason Roosters seem like they have bad crowds is because Allianz is a decently large stadium. Well, that certainly doesn't help. But even then, this is a particularly bad crowd. This is really bad. I hope that maybe there's been an issue and people will be coming in throughout the game. But even though I know there's not going to be traveling fans, I thought we'd get, 18k. It might be 10k that's there at the moment. Anyway. So a kick there. It's growing a little. Nah, it's pretty poor. It's pretty poor. Run there from Daniel Tupou. So 2 minutes gone in this one. Tupou with a run there. Walker is in at dummy half. He picks it up and has a little scurry himself. I love that, Sammy. Get yourself involved, son. Offload back to find Cody Ramsey. So Walker with a hit up and an offload. What world are we living in? Respectfully, what world are we living in? Run there by Billy Smith. Wires don't need cheerleaders when they have the Mount Smart Choker, Warrior Nation, and Savage singing their song. That is true. But we got Hainsey. We got Hainsey. Who would need cheerleaders when you got Hainsey? Walker with it. Just digging into the line himself. He nearly broke free there. I tell you what, he was just pumping. Ended up going himself. On the last, Daly Sherry Evans will get it. Puts it up in the air. Billy Smith on that. Sorry, I think it would be Hugo Savala actually was chasing it through. No, it is Billy Smith. So Savala's playing on the other side. Interesting. I thought they might move Billy Smith over. Anyway, I went to this game exactly 1 year ago today. Yeah, I don't have great memories of that, unfortunately. But anyway. Considering the Sydney Central Trams were down last week, I don't know if there's an excuse for the Chooks. Yeah, I'm assuming there's got to be something, but I don't know. Maybe this is just a really, really bad crowd. I think you're 2.5 minutes behind. No way am I 2.5 minutes behind. Surely someone else would... Can someone tell me how far behind I am? I'm 36.50. That can't be 2.5 minutes. Oh, to be fair, the Metro is down. That shouldn't be a big issue because the Metro is more Western Sydney. But anyway, on the last here, catch there from Mark the Magneto Arce. After every single catch, they zoom out and my heart just sinks because there's no one there. Current Italy eligible players who played for Storm: Loiero, Peel, Atkinson, Bonus, Bronson, Sherry. Sherry's eligible. Really? There we go. So pass there to Tupou. Melbourne defense rushing up there quite early with the stagnant play the ball. I'm lucky I didn't go to Sydney tonight. There's a massive incident on the M1 northbound. Okay. Maybe that stopped 10 people from showing up. It's so annoying not living in Sydney because there's no more Roosters v Broncos games to go to, and we all know how Roosters v Dolphins went, so you have to watch on TV. Yes, we do know, unfortunately. But there's a non-zero chance we play against Dolphins in the final series. I hope not, up in Brisbane, but anyway. Could be. Navahu White, good offload there. Hints of forward, but anyway, Radley gets it and puts a kick through on the last. Don't mind, it's going to sit up in the end goal here. Farlongo plays at it. Oh, he feigned a bit of a kick there. And Spencer Leniu shoves him over the dead ball line. Farlongo is Samoa teammate. I think they would have played together a couple of years ago for Toa Samoa. The offload from Navahu White was very good, and Radley putting boots of ball. Shout out to him. Sit up beautifully in the in goal area. He got away from Hugo Savala and just did a little bit of a step, but I tell you what, Leniu wasn't having any of it. They're going to go short here. It looks like it. Yes, Farlongo kicks it. It doesn't look overly short, but anyway, it's that mid-range one knocked on by the Storm. Walker recovers the ball. Cherry Evans with it, so this should be just advantage Roosters here. Stepping inside, and I think they'll just play that one on. Hello, Samuel Gardner. How are you going? Walker. Gets that to find Spencer Leniu. Nice little tip on to find Siwa Wong. That's another 5 meters. Nice. Bradley putting in kicks on the last. Roosters are definitely playing. Yeah, well, I think the rain being away, at least for now, has helped us in that department. Radley hitting it up. So there's 3 tackles left here. We are within 10 meters. I demand a try. I demand a try. Walker, short ball to Fahu White. Roosters best NRL team? Thank you. I assume you're a Roosters fan as well. Yeah, there you go. You go for Roosters. Good stuff from you, sir. Walker was tackled there as he passed. Did well not to knock it on. Savala had to go at pinning the ears back there. It was audacious, but anyway, it's all right. So this will be the last here. Robson gets it to find DCE. We'll put a kick up over the top. Aimed at Nwangani Tawase, who goes up for it, taps it back, and we've scored. Back for Nwangani Tawase, straight to Siwa Wong. He's a Rob Toya lookalike of sorts, even though Robbie's not there. Roosters try off Mark Nwangani Tawase. Brilliance. You know, I say that my favorite song in the world is Morning Glory by Oasis. I say the greatest song ever written is Let It Be by the Beatles. But the song that makes me the happiest is none other than... Hell yeah. Love it. If Roosters win this week and Warriors lose this week, Roosters go to second. I have a sneaking feeling that we're going to end up in second. We've got a tough draw, certainly. We've got to play, I think, Penrith again. But play Rooster Man after every try, that would really piss people off. That would really, really, really piss people off. EB says, I think there's an argument 2026 Ponga is better than Dally M 2024 Ponga. I wouldn't agree, but I'm certainly of the mind. Was it 2024 or 2023 that he won the Dally M? Anyway, either one. That Sean Johnson was the best player in the world that year, so anyway. 1 to 25, I need to be ambiguous of what it is because people love to take over. But he's not going to take over, Haz. Don't worry. He's not going to take over. Give me 1. I don't tend to say 1, so give me 1. Warriors should beat the Dragons. Of course they should. Yeah, I don't think that we will go second at the end of this round. Walker hits it. I didn't like the way that left the boot, and it does shave the left upright, so it remains 4 points to 0. It's been inconsistent. Very inconsistent lately, Sammy Walker. Normally a bit of a sharpshooter, but didn't like the way that one left the boot. 2023. Yeah, I thought it was 23. Roosters will beat Panthers, though. Bold. Certainly bold. Bernard Valentine. That's a brilliant username. I'm assuming it's literally just your name. Thank you very much for following. Thank you. All right. Well, shame we missed the kick, but I'll take a 4-point lead. Tiger says, my brother hated Rooster Man. He hated hearing that song 6 times. I didn't think we'd play it after every single try, I will admit. But anyway. Money God, I apologize, but I did say yesterday that if you kept doing that, I'd have to time you out. I'm sorry, but you did it. Only Lorenzo is allowed to do that, unfortunately. So, yeah. I'm sorry, you leave me with no choice. No, well, you know, I did say it. It's got to be a timeout. It's got to be a timeout. That's all right. You'll be back in 10 minutes. 10 in the bid. Sam Walker translates as overrated in my dictionary. That's an interesting dictionary that you've got. Kick on the 4th there, so it's going to turn around the Melbourne Storm defenders, and that is not going to go over the sideline. Fa'alongo does get it. Not the best result there, really, for us. The Melbourne Storm are starting that set on the 30-meter line. We've dropped the ball twice now. We need to get it back together. Only a matter of time before we knock it forward. Yeah, I mean, we're playing a bit of footy, innit? Playing a bit of footy. I think top 4 will be first Panthers, second Roosters, third Sharks, fourth Wise. I can see that. I'd absolutely take that if you know, that's on the table. Kick out promoted to the bench for tomorrow's game. Kurt He Him Man is out. Why is it Kurt He Him Man? Because it's man? Like M-A-N? Ramsey with a pass. Jeez, that was rogue. Out to Nwangani Tawase. He's done very well with it. I don't like playing the razzle-dazzle footy from there. But anyway, Kira Lee, how you going? Yeah, wow. Thoughts on Jack Black as Professor X and Dwayne Johnson as Magneto? The Rock will raise his eyebrows every time he uses magnetism. What? Huh? Is this a thing? Please tell me it's not a thing. There is only... Well, actually, there's 2 Professor X's. Really, Patrick Stewart is Professor X. I'm happy to have... Who's the other dude that played him in X-Men First Class? What's his name? You'll say his name and I'll know immediately. Anyway, he's very good. Walker with a nice pass there out wide. Finds Billy Smith. Takes them on. Takes a tackle there. But Dwayne Johnson has Magneto. Ian McKellen and Michael Fassbender are the only Magnetos I'm interested in. Kick from the Roosters gets to the Magneto. I say not back. This is still the last. Radley knocks it even further back. Cherry Evans has got it. Beware the second kick. And is going to die with the ball there. We're playing a bit of footy. James McAvoy. I knew I had a Mac in it. Yeah, James McAvoy. He's... Oh. I kind of said this yesterday about Roger, the guy that plays Roger Taylor in the Queen movie, and I was like, I kind of fell in love with him. James McAvoy is Professor X in X-Men First Class. I'm just saying. All right. I still don't bat for that side, right? I don't. But like, anyway, I wanted the best for him. Let's put it that way. You got round 21, 1998. Roosters 20, Storm 32. That's not good omenry. At the SFS, the old one tries to Bailey, Ivan Cleary, Brian Fletcher, Matt Singh. 2 out of 4 goals for Ivan Cleary. Chose for P. Bell, T. Brady Smith, John Carlaw, S. Hills, Robbie Kearns, I think that is, and Marquette. 4 out of 6 for Brett Camorley. Good catch there, Daniel Tupou. I'll take this start. I think it's about par for the way that it's gone. We've played a style of footy that I'm not overly keen on. Walker again running out of dummy half there. But, yeah, we haven't conceded any points yet. We haven't given the Storm much of a look. Do you actually like the Fox X-Men? It's just Wolverine and Friends. Yeah, I like them. I don't think they're the best, obviously, but they're very easy, light watches. I've watched them all through twice now. And they have their good moments. Some of them are evidently really aged. And I make fun of them a bit. But, yeah, I like watching them. I like watching them. Kick there. Money got says I was about to redeem timeout self. That is pretty funny. Until I timed you out. You can still time me out if you like. You can still redeem timeout self if you like. The Leaguie is turning by for a guy pretending to be disabled. No, not true. Because he's not disabled until the end of the movie. He actually was walking for most of it. So, lawyered. Anyway. Jack Howard there. He'll play the ball there just shy of the 30. On the third, a bit of a feigned kick there from Cooper Clark, was it? There was a bit happening. I don't know. Maybe I just saw something there. Far longer with a run there, and I saw the Hager and thought, what? Jerome Hughes? I swear Jerome Hughes isn't playing. Kick there from the Sharp. So 40-meter gain there from the Melbourne Storm. Not bad, but not great. Hopefully we can just... Oh, we're passing again between those back three on the kick returns. Ramsey good stepping. It's worked out, I will say. But hopefully we can just keep the Melbourne Storm down that end. Least favorite lawyer? Rudy Giuliani. Thoughts on the NRL trying to give Mark Noini to us a 2-week contract to finish the NRL World Cup? Rugby League World Cup. But yeah, if it's for Fiji, I think that'd be outstanding. I'd love to see that. I'd absolutely love to see that. All right, Nafahu White tips it on beautifully there to Radley. On the halfway line, this is the fourth. Robson at a dummy half. They played at the arms there. Yeah, it's going to be penalty Roosters. I think we've got maybe a bit lucky there. But Harry Grant has a habit of doing that, striking at the arms, which you're not allowed to do. You're not allowed to do. Cherry Evans is trying to get the ball back from his old Origin teammate. Yeah, I got to say, I think maybe that's a bit lucky, but probably the right call. Sam Gardner says go Tedesco. Tedesco's not playing today, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Least favorite lawyer, Ivan Cleary. I guess he... Well, he can't be a lawyer. He can be maybe a legal representative. He did act on behalf of Nathan Cleary for the laws of rugby league. Not really the laws of the land, but no. Thoughts on how Deadpool and Wolverine is the second best Wolverine movie, but only the third best Deadpool movie, despite being a Deadpool movie and not a Wolverine movie. I really do love the Deadpool movies. I think I agree with you. What are you saying the best Wolverine movie is? Anyway, played there from CY Wong. There are some good X-Men Fox movies. X-Men First Class is good. X-Men Days of Future Past is good. Yeah, they're fine. I like First Class the most, I think. Anyway, Robson now. On to find Walker. Nice little short ball there to find Spencer Leniu. He had a good game last week and has come out fired out of a cannon now. Robson gets it to Cherry Evans. Back to find Sammy Walker. Nice ball there to find Billy Smith, who was doing some roaming. Nice. Very nice. yes, Samuel Gardner. I saw you earlier. I'm doing well. How are you? Oh, there's 2 Samuel Gardners. That's why. Jerry Evans there. Stepping around the middle of the field. We'll take a tackle there. So one more to go here in this set. I think Logan's the best one, EB, for sure. Walker puts it over the top to try and find Daniel Tupou, who knocks it back, and it ends up in the hands of the Melbourne Storm. Good defense there from the Stormers. Thoughts on El Jana sponsoring the Roosters? That feels pointless. Are they really? I don't know if that's true, but it's sponsored by Red Rooster. So, the Wolverine trilogy, Logan's great, but the others are pretty poor. The others are poor. Logan is good, yes. Favorite cloud color? Is there more than one cloud color? Well, I guess there's grey and white, but neither of them are really colors. I don't really know the Lego City Undercover Money God, unfortunately. Utua Commando there with a run. Little, getting a bit more frustrated with this start. Slightly more. I mean, 4-0 lead, sure. We've done well to keep Melbourne down that end of the field. Tola does well. Loyero will put a kick through. It's a bit of a result for us there. We're going to... why are we doing these passes? We used to do this like 10 years ago. Passes across the back 3. I don't know about it, but anyway. Oh, I guess... No, you can have red clouds, can you? I'm absolutely tripping. Yeah, no, those are beautiful. The sunset ones. Absolutely. But yeah, we've had a couple of moments in attack where we haven't really capitalized. 6 more there for the Roosters. Nice stuff. I want to see us lead by 10. Is that a one-on-one strip? Damn, on the halfway line. What a result for Jack Howarth. That's poor from Nafahu White. He's had some good moments to start this game, but that is not one of them. Grey and white aren't colours. They're NRL players. Very true. Very true. Oren Keeley with the run there. Favourite planet? I think Earth takes some beating. That's for sure. Played there. Grant's in a dummy half. Goes to find Trent Tolau. Who does want to get the ball away to Tyron Wishart. Now Cooper Clark. They're playing decently here, the Melbourne Storm. They haven't really had any attacking opportunity. I'm worried that they will just get one chance down our end and potentially get a try. Could take the lead at this point. Anyway, Farlongo with it. Tries to get away from his opposite man there, who was a centre. But the pass was too bad for Will Warbrick and it gets knocked on. Poor execution there for the Melbourne Storm. They could have made the Gambit solo movie a Nightcrawler because he's cool. Yes, he is. Nightcrawler is absolutely awesome. Very, very cool. One of the shining lights from those movies back in the day. What's your favorite flavor of water? I don't drink water, mate. I don't Scott drink water. I drink Pepsi Max. Have you noticed, BT Dubs, that they're showing slightly different shots of the crowd than you'd normally see? We're not really getting that wide-angle look very much anymore. 6 more there for the Roosters. I mean, it's super early in the set. Doesn't matter. That's a tactical one given away. But let's see what we can do. I will be very disappointed if we're not the next try scorer, basically. Why did Tupou look so upset when they got the ball back after it went into touch? Probably because he's got... he doesn't really celebrate much, does he? He doesn't celebrate much. He's got high standards. He's maybe frustrated with the way that this game has gone. Look at that. 64% possession. We're only leading by 4. Ramsey does well there to step away from that tackle. He's exceeded my expectations since coming in to replace Tedesco, I will say. Walker with it. Short ball there to Nafahu White. Had a bit of a hole to hit. Gets an offload to Victor Radley. Nice stuff. Carries it another 10 meters. We have this last tackle here with a bit of momentum. Robson gets it to Sammy Walker. Puts boot to ball. Trying to find Nawangani Tawase again. Who does catch it. Drops the ball backwards, and it somehow ended up over the dead ball line. I don't know who the hell hit that, but it's gone absolutely into Rosette. So not a great result there. Again, the kick was a bit too short. I have to put it in the in goal for Nawangani Tawase. I don't know why he's just trying to tap it back all the time. But anyway. Are you the Amazing Spider-Man 2 defender? Or hey, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, by the way. Yeah, sorry. It's funny. I read it and then read the second part. I don't think I've seen it. Surely I saw it. I did. No, I did. I don't completely remember it. But I think Emma Stone as... Oh my god. What is her name? Gwen. What's Gwen's surname? Anyway, I think that's the best love interest of any of the Spider-Man movies. Harry Grant to find Tyron Wishart underneath for Cooper Clark. Gwen Stacy. Yes, that's it. All right, it's going to be Harry Grant out of dummy half. Wishart kicks it, and it comes off Hugo Savala. Cherry Evans did well to pull out of that because he would have given away a penalty for offside if not for it. Thoughts on Nico Hines' potential move to the 13th man so Sharks can have a shot at signing Sam Walker? Is that a thing? Has that been discussed? That would surprise me. That would really surprise me. But I think I rate Sam Walker to the extent that I think if they can bring him in, they would. I don't see Sam Walker going to Cronulla though. But anyway. Team bias is so crazy because I bet if Mikey Buck was a Queenslander who played for South, you wouldn't like him half as much. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Of course. I'd admire him as a player and think that he's absolutely brilliant. And he'd frustrate me for being as good as he is. But of course, I wouldn't really like him as a player very much. Billy Smith, that one, has that been caught? Has that been caught? Knock on Storm, okay. Roosters will get it back here. I thought Warbrick might have caught it before it hit the ground, but anyway. Gwen Stefani, absolutely not right. No. Was it rolled forward? No. Are we dead ass? That ball didn't touch the ground, did it? Am I wrong? Warbrick didn't even complain. Or was it forward off Roosters? Yeah, Storm have the ball. So it's sort of forward pass Roosters and then knock on Storm. I see. I don't really know if that was a forward pass in that, but anyway. No, it's Storm. Wait, it's our ball. I don't know what happened there. I'm going to be honest, because I don't think... Oh, Savala is leveled. I think it was high, personally. But no, he gets up. It might have slid up high. What a brilliant tackle. That's one of the tackles of the season, just casually. That's one of the tackles of the season on Hugo Savala. Let's see this. No, it wasn't high at all. Contact was... Yeah, absolutely. I'm wrong about that. It slid up, but first point of contact was not high at all. We give away 6 more there tactically. Again, still only 4 points to 0. Getting a bit more worried here. Personally, as a Storm fan, if we make finals, I don't think we've deserved it because of the year we've had. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it will be an incredible run for you to make it. You'll deserve it based on that, but yeah. Not based on the start. Shot to the toe. Gets it to Oren Keeley. Thoughts on your phone playing an alarm at you 10 days from now will probably happen, but I'm not going to be happy about it. Toe out. Now to find Wishart. Dummies. The ball come free? No, it didn't. He sort of feigned a bit of a offload. It was a dummy offload, if you will. Harry Grant now. Picking it up from dummy half. Puts kick in behind. Nwangani Tawase doesn't really deal with that. He eventually reels it in. The Roosters are coming off their own goal line here. Jeez. Melbourne are giving it to us. They're competing hard in this game. I'm hoping they'll just kind of go away. But that tackle on Savala, that could change the momentum of this game, honestly. I still can't figure out what happened down the other end of the field. Because if we didn't pass it forward... Am I wrong? Did the ball touch the ground? On the replay, I was like, I think Warbrick has just caught that. But anyway, that was a wild pass backwards. That's not really what we need to be doing. Anyway, Tupou hits it up over the 20. This is the 4th here. We're still just over 20 meters out from our goal line. Spencer Leniu, I don't know about running back at the rock. It's worked out actually quite well there. That's a great run from Leniu in the end. That's a brilliant run. Up over the 40. He's done very, very well there. I wasn't sure about the way it started, but I like the way it ended. Walker, I think it is. We'll kick it there on the last. Nice result from us after coming off our own goal line to start in those first couple of tackles. Warbrick there. Tackled by Butcher and Billy Smith. Do you think Roosters will sign Herbie? Deep down, no. But it can happen. It can happen. Storm had a massive chance until Munster and Hughes gone down. I still think they've got a chance. Definitely would have been a more interesting game if the two of them were playing, for sure. Alongo stepping around there. He's tackled eventually by Billy Smith. Good defensive tackle there from the centre. Now in a dummy half, Tolau gave it to Alex McDonald. Tackle there. First 15 rugby's here. Hey, brother, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on the Chiefs no-tax scenario. Sort of removes the points of a salary cap. How do we change the rules to support fair play? Interesting. I mean, I'm one of these fans that thinks that expansion teams should operate under a different salary cap at first to help them recruit. There's a good kick there. I think it's come forward off the Storm, and that's going to be the ruling there. They're confident as well. Very confident, because he could have left it to a review, but anyway... Warbrick isn't happy. Warbrick really isn't happy. I thought that he knocked it on, but anyway. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe on a review, I think he's knocked it back into Tupou there. And then Tupou's knocked it back. I think it's backwards off both. I think they've been cost a try there. I don't know. Craig Bellamy was not happy. Anyway, what I was going to say. Yeah, I'm a fan of having them operate under a different cap so that they can have an increased chance of signing players as they come in. PNG kind of have that. And I think Perth Bears got a few exemptions as well. So, removes the point of a salary cap, yes, and I don't like how, in the long term, it's sort of a great thing. But, in effect, given that you need to go play in Port Moresby, I think competitively it kind of balances out. I don't think it's the end of the world. The kick, could it be a 40-20? I think it is. Oh, that's brilliant. Daly Cherry Evans has just nailed a 40-20. And I spoke about the tackle on Hugo Savala changing momentum. That one could absolutely change momentum. It was a 35-20. And he nailed that. Oh, that's hot. That is very, very hot. 40-20 for a DCE. With 15 minutes left to go in the first half. Only 4 points to nil. This is a really, really tight game. That's huge, especially if the Roosters score here. Name a random current Indigenous player. Nivai Puru. Nivai Puru. Or you're not going to like that because... Or is Herhepa the... No, Herhepa is the one, right? That takes Jaden Barrel's spot. Anyway. White. Hitting it up. This is the third. He's only about a meter shy of it. But anyway, Robson gets it to find DCE. Out to find Sammy Walker. There's numbers out there if we go through the hands. Ramsey to Billy Smith, who scores. Billy Smith, he was one-on-one with his opposite man there. Does the Jai Arrow celebration. You love to see it. And in front of the Chook pen, doubles the Roosters lead. Hell yes. I'll tell you what, on that Jai Arrow celebration, so I mentioned earlier that I was in the trivia competition and my team won the trivia. One of my mates was on that trivia team. Absolutely massive rugby league fan. Could well be watching this stream. He's come in a couple times before. As big an NRL fan as I am. And after we were doing the marking, right, and there were answers that we got right because of him, like he suggested it. Every single time he just went... I'm like, I love that I'm the only other person in the room who understands why he's doing that. But it was very funny. Very funny. Nivai Puru's yet. He's not quite bald yet, so he isn't getting special treatment yet. Puru, I'm happy with that. Good. No, not B. Milner. Not B. Milner. Do you think Dragons will have a chance at finals this year because of the players they've signed, says Lily? 100% I think they will have a chance. Again, they need to get a coach. Literally, the most important of the signings still hasn't been done yet. But if they can get a solid coach, yeah, they're a chance of finals. For sure. Yeah, good try, Billy Smith, in the end. Again, we hopefully we convert this and lead by 10. It's not a gimme, and Walker's not been kicking overly well lately. And starts out to the right and stays out to the right. Sammy Walker's having a poor time with the boot. And I tell you what, he's got to fix this up. Ever since he nailed... was it 7 out of 7 in Game 2 of Origin or something crazy like that? He's kicked pretty poorly. And I know my dad's going to be annoyed about that in the halftime call, that's for sure. We can't be going up by 4s if we want to win a comp. So anyway, really can't be. Warbrick is injured? Is he? Oh, he stayed down there in the background, didn't he? Has he come off? Did you hear they interviewed Trent Barrett? I would be surprised if Trent Barrett is really in the conversation. Oh yeah, Warbrick is off the field here. Damn. If they sign Trent Barrett, bro, how the hell does Trent Barrett keep getting jobs? That would be crazy. Oh yeah, Warbrick went down with really no contact. He really doesn't look good. Who do they have on the bench in terms of outside backs to cover? I think that's really bad. They've got Mawale and Huen. They don't have another outside back. They don't have another outside back. Even Joe Chan isn't in and around. Let's see. It looked to be contactless. Yeah. Non-contact injury. He's crying. That's bad. Yeah. Yeah. I'll reserve judgment until I see what the NRL physio says. But I don't think just because it's non-contact necessarily means that it's ACL. They're getting the Medicab up out and around the ground. I don't know if we really need that. NRL physio yet to say anything, but obviously you'll need to be having a look. I think it's an Achilles or torn calf. Yeah, I don't think we're talking ACL really, but yeah, he's not walking on that leg. So he's like most certainly over. And I really don't know who they shift around. Oren Keeley, we might see out in the centers. I think moving a back rower to the centers is the only way they can do it. And then Nick Meaney on the wing. You're not moving Howarth to the wing, so Meaney will shift across to the other side and line up on the wing. Because there's no one on the bench, to my knowledge, unless Stanley Huen, who's listed as a 5'8", could come on and play outside back. But yeah, I don't know what they do now. Hopefully Warbrick is all good. Of course. Of course. You never want to see something like that happen, for sure. Similar to how Johnson did his Achilles a few seasons back. He just stepped off and went straight to the ground holding the back of the ankle. Yeah. Yeah. Huen, Keeley, or Wishart to center. I don't think you're moving a half to cover center. Oh, unless you put Huen then in the halves. Maybe that. But Keeley's already at the Dolphins, actually. No, it was the other way. Keeley was at the Dolphins, signed with the Storm, and got an early release. So Oren Keeley is at the Storm. He started for them tonight. I suspect it will probably be they move Keeley at one spot and then Meaney on the wing. I think that's the way it's gone. I can only see the side that Warbrick isn't on. It's the other way, but he gets clapped off the field there, Will Warbrick. Can Storm still win? Yeah. It's made a bit more unlikely, that's for sure, but anyway. Why do they call him Daily Cherry Evans when he only plays once a week and is not a fruit? Actually, I can answer that one for you. It's not too difficult. That's what his mama named him. End of the day. Actually, not Cherry Evans, though. That's fair. Just Daily. Just Daily. Warbrick signed to the Warriors for next season. Correct. He did. He did. So CY1 with a run there. We are underway again. This is the third tackle. Robson to Nafahu White. I would love Melbourne to still be at 0 at halftime. I would love that. Sam Walker not at his best goal kicking this month. Absolutely right. And as I said, he really needs to fix that up before finals time. I'd rather him be kicking poorly now than finals, but we can't be going up by 4s and expect to be winning comps. Kick there for DCE. Is he trying to go for another 40-20 there? No, it didn't have the angle on it. So Farlongo gets it. Tackle there by Egan Butcher and Connor Watson. Who got Leaguie in the World Cup? Are we talking Rugby League World Cup or are we talking Soccer World Cup? I still can't figure out exactly what they've done because I've got outside backs having come in for those early carries. We'll see what they line up as in attack. They also don't have a bench second rower, yeah, which is crazy. But, you know, no Joe Chan, who would be the player to cover that. So see, the momentum tracker, which I don't put that much faith into anyway, but it's Roosters, but it's not been overly Roosters, very clear. It's not been overly Roosters. Rugby League, look, Australia are most likely going to win the Rugby League World Cup. Unfortunately, it is the usual suspects who are second and third most likely. New Zealand. I don't think England are there anymore. I think then you got Samoa, then you got Tonga. I want to put Samoa as my pick. I think Meaney is on the wing. Yeah, I don't think it would be Howard on the wing, NRL head. Yeah, Meaney is there. And it looks like Oren Keeley has indeed shifted out to the centres there. So hopefully, with that being the edge of Billy Smith and Daniel Tupou, we can have a bit of luck down that edge in attack. Is there not going to be an Ashes series because of their World Cup? Correct. Yes. Yeah. The international calendar at the end of the year will be the Rugby League World Cup. So 10 minutes left in this first half. Certainly my expectations of winning have changed massively with Warbrick going off. Really, it's, yeah. Achilles injury there. So DC kicks it. Again, he's doing a lot of the kicking because we're coming out of our own end here. Melbourne, I've got to say, given the strength relative of these two sides, they'd be happy with 8-0. They would be happy with 8-0. The Leaguie already plays in the NBA. That's news to me. That's news to me. I'm absolutely not tall enough for that. I'm tall, but I ain't tall enough for that. Love seeing Storm down no matter who it's against. Can't wait for the Swiss finals. I'm kind of like that as well. A little bit. Grant, find the toe onto the shot. I'm sorry, but all week I've been like, we ain't going to lose to the toe in the shot. So I'd commentating the two of them together. So Hewan did come on. Hewan came on instead of Warbrick. So is he potentially... That very much looks like it's the shot and the toe in the halves. Has Hewan shifted out to the centres? I don't know. Then again, I'm going off what Hewan is listed as positionally on NRL.com, and that's never wise. It just isn't. That was a great catch, by the way, from Mike Noni to us. Now run from Hugo. Saba-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Anyway. If we were to show the aliens Rugby League, I volunteer we show them the hopper finger so they wonder what WTF is this sport. You know what I wonder? Why is every word of that capitalized? It's funny. When I was a kid, I was like, if I was Sprint Dictator of the world, I would make it so that the first letter of every word is capitalized. Reading that sentence has probably changed my mind about that. But anyway. Thoughts on the Netherlands loss to Canada last week? Anytime nations like that play each other, it's a bit of a rugby league miracle. So the loss, I'm not really frustrated about. To be honest, I don't think I actually even saw the result, so I don't know how much we lost by. I knew that they were playing each other. I didn't know that it had already happened. That's bad for me. He's a half. Yeah, he's listed as a 5/8 for sure. I don't know how accurate that might be. Anyway. Who's your favorite NRL player I've met? Well, my favorite NRL player is Connor Watson, and I have met him. My favorite all time is Cooper Cronk, and I haven't met him, but I did wave at him once, and he waved back. So that's a win in my opinion. Anyway. Pass back in field there. One from, I think that's Alec McDonald. Yes, it is. The Chin himself. On the last here, they're able to put up a decent attacking bomb, and they do. Trent Turner, that's pretty high up in the air. Good stuff. Ramsey, in fact, it's not Ramsey. Daniel Tupou goes up for it and does well with the catch. We've been solid. I will say that. We've been nothing spectacular, but fundamentally got through it, and I'm hoping that by the end of the game, obviously the Roosters having a stronger side, we could maybe roll them over in the final 20 minutes or so. But I like the fact that we've conceded none. Actually, Hewan's played second row or lock in every New South Wales Cup start. Weird. Yeah, okay. My suspicions confirmed. Unfortunately. The Wolfpack's back on after beating the Netherlands. I wish. I would take that. Unfortunately, I don't think that's the case. Short ball there to find Celestia Fiketti. Nice head game. So no tackles in the opposition 20 there for the Melbourne Storm. Kick from Sammy Walker. Puts a bomb up. There's not going to be a substantial chase from the Roosters, but solid defensive line set up. Farlongo nearly knocked it on. Oh, if he had. Try time Roosters. But anyway. I was talking to someone in Canada and they knew what league was and had played it before. Crazy. Yeah, it's a thing over there. It's a small thing, but it is a thing. CBDK says, what's that jersey? The one I'm wearing is the Heritage jersey from last week. It's my favorite Roosters jersey that I have, I think. This is a real jersey, and then the Rabbitohs emoji. I haven't seen that one used in a while. The Sharp kicks it from inside the 30 on the 4th. Ramsey's on his bike. Ramsey's absolutely on his bike. It needed a slightly better bounce. I'll tell you what, but the Sharp, he did well. He did very well. Ramsey's having fun at the back. Rambo is absolutely gunslinging. Savala to Mark Nwangani Tawase. Pokes his head through. Does take a tackle there from Harry Grant. Warwick only was crying because he's out for a year and will never play in Storm. Well, maybe. Maybe. Most likely. But we'll see what the scans do confirm. Walker on to find Nat Butcher. Well, yeah, will be called held in the tackle there. Does play it. Walker out of dummy half now. He had Billy Smith there with him. He's playing out of dummy half a lot, Sam Walker, in this game. Ball gets back to find Egan Butcher. Bit of a stagnant attack. Again, I did say most important thing for me coming into halftime was the Melbourne Storm being in at 0 on the scoreboard. Wouldn't have said no to another Roosters try. I'm just putting that out there. Wouldn't have said no. Would not have caused a bit of a stink about it. Walker gets it. We're going to try running it here. Savala with it. Gets a pass to Mark. Was it too low? It was. And Walker will just knock it into touch. Just Farlongo was there. So I think it's going to be knock on Roosters. Don't mind playing a bit of footy. Oh, and it's raining there. It's raining there now. So that's not going to help us. Yeah, Savala, I mean, no-look flick pass that was too low. Respectfully, Hugo, nah. And he left Mark hanging. Oh, no, he didn't. In the end, he came through. What happens first? Para win a premiership, ending the drought, or the Wolfpack reviving? I think the Wolfpack aren't coming back, unfortunately. Why do Roosters suck? So we're straight up. I don't know if you've checked the ladder, but we're 3rd, which is pretty good. And we're beating the Melbourne Storm, which is always pretty good. Admittedly, yeah. Look, if it had been 12-0 heading into halftime, I would have been way happier with that. So it's the misconversions that make it look worse than it is. But yeah. Just came across another NRL AI grubby Facebook. They are called Coastline Warriors. Who do you think they're meant for? That's absolutely correct. The Sharks. I mean, technically the Sharks are on the coastline. That ball sits up because it's because the surface is wet. Nwangani Tuasi does escape the in goal there, does well. Jeez, he's done well to get beyond the 10 as well, and a quick play of the ball. Wow. Do you notice half the Roosters team is Maroons? So you said this yesterday. It's not really true. Penalty there to the Roosters for high contact. There's Walker, DCE, Collins, and Toya. It's not really half the team. It's 4. But yeah. It's penalty for high contact on Savala. 3.5 minutes to go. If we had a late try to end the first half, I'd be very, very happy about that. I'd be like, that's a first half that I'm absolutely pleased with. Did Leaguie swear said Canada beat Norway and Netherlands but lost to Scotland on the Europe tour. I think that's pretty much how I would tip those games to play out. So, doesn't shock me. Rowan Schouwling. It's Schouwling. That's how you pronounce that. The back rower scored for Netherlands. Nice. I don't think I've met Rowan Schouwling. Then again, it's been 5 years. So, all right. Robson. Now to find Walker. At the back, we get it to Daniel Tupou. He should just go back and field, and he does. Good meters there. Tell you what, we're forcing the issue here. We are forcing the issue. Walker gets it back to find Connor Watson. They read that very, very nicely. And Cherry Evans, it was a read from the shot. Cherry Evans did well to hold the ball there. And he's lost it. That's poor. That's very poor. We would have been set up there. He was really frustrated with himself. He did well to stand to the tackle and not lose the ball, then lost the ball. They read that very, very well in defense, Tyron Wishart. But yeah, that's not good. Roosters need to score again. I mean, yeah. I'll take 8-0 at halftime. I won't be, over the moon by it, but yeah. Your dad will be mad at Sammy Walker. He certainly will be. As Alec McDonald has to come off for a HIA. Never what you want to see, but at least I guess it's not the worst time to come off for a HIA when you get to use that halftime break as part of the 15 minutes. Maybe the weather has kept people away from this game as well. That might change things. By the way, can I just say you're easily the best sports channel I've ever come across. That's very, very nice of you to say. I mean, I grew up watching sports YouTubers. It was very much a dream to become one of them, so I really appreciate you saying that. That means a lot. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you. The State of Origin says, yo, what's good? You still celebrating a Mighty Blues victory, by the way? We've got a whistle. We've got a whistle for a forward pass. All right, so Roosters' opportunities this first half, not quite done yet. Harry Grant with an error there. He's immortal after all. Amortal, not immortal. Yeah, the pass was out in front of the toe. So the Roosters will have one attacking set here. As I said, if we can strike just on the verge of halftime, chef kiss. Chef kiss. You should make edits on NRL teams. Yeah, edit content's not really my thing. I'm not that good a video editor, really. I edit well for my content. There's enough people that do edits, for sure. I'm sad for Warbrick. Of course, I think anyone is. Even Roosters fans. DC gets it out to find Cody Ramsey, who stands in the tackle. It did well. A minute left. We are within 10. Let's see what the Roosters can do. This is where we want to be. Nwangani Tuasi gets it to find Daly Cherry Evans. Hey, Leaguie, now in the hands of Connor Watson. Walker. We've got numbers. There's numbers. Billy Smith. Can't stand up his opposite number there. I don't know where my speed dealer Sonny's be right now. I haven't got a clue where they are. I will do that at halftime. Anyway, third tackle. Robson, short ball for a crash play, and we don't quite get there. So, 2 more to go. Was Egan Butcher it was. Robson gets it to Sammy Walker. Now in the hands of Cherry Evans. Short ball, Wong again. Oh, there's an injury. There's an injury for the Storm. Then number 3 is clutching his arm. They're a man down in defense. Walker puts a try, find Daniel Tupou. Tupou up for it. Back. Roosters, surely, no, the ball just doesn't go our way, and I think it's knock on Storm. Sammy Walker is saying pack it. It could be 9-0 at halftime. Take the one. I say take the one for sure. It's Jack Howarth. His arm is limp. Okay, we did pack the scrum. Yeah, out of the tackle of Siwa Wong. Oh, you could see him absolutely wincing in pain there. 4 tackles left. I'm with you, Tiger Walker. I'm with you. If the ball about's a bit better for Billy Smith, he's a chance. But yeah, I think Walker is set here. He's very deep. He's very deep. We surely go 9-0. Yep, they're gonna do it. Walker hits it. No, he's annoyed with himself. I think it's wide. No, wow, okay. Walker having a pretty terrible night with the boot. Unfortunately. So it does remain 8 points to 0. I need to find my speed dealer sunnies. I don't know where they are. Normally they're up here. And I didn't move them. So I don't know where they are. Oh, here they are. Do you still have your Pepsi? Does the Pope crap in the woods? The short ball getting a lot of shout-outs tonight. That's funny from you. All right. Who's ready to hear? There's my phone. Here it is.
CBDK04 just redeemed Pepsi Max Sip.
Who's ready to hear a Mauritian man in his early 60s express substantial frustration with a young Queensland-based, well, not Queensland-based, young New South Wales-based Queensland halfback? Because that's exactly what my dad's about to do.
Hello there, young man.
Hello there, older man. How's things?
How's things? Pretty good, pretty good. Look, normally I'd be really miffed, and you would have heard a tirade you've heard numerous times that, we had all the ball, we had all the possession, the field position, and we should have scored a lot more points. Now, I do think all of those things, right? If we'd have scored another try, I would have given us a pass for that first half. We didn't, and so it's not a pass. But this is what I've liked about our last 3 games. Way off the pace, but we're in control. And there's no part of me, even though it's only 8-0, that thinks Melbourne are going to win this. We've got this. We've got this. And really, this is just a shadow of Melbourne teams that we've known.
Yeah.
It's not Melbourne, as in, using it as an adjective rather than a proper noun. So we'll win. Not our best first half. Very similar to last week against Parramatta, where you think, we should have at least another try on the board, if not 2. I would point out that no team's ever won a comp going up by 4s rather than 6s.
I said that a few times.
Can we stick a Queensland jersey or a singlet on underneath him just for the goal kicks, for God's sake? Not a really inspirational first half, but when your team's winning, you're happy watching a game that's as dull as dishwater. You don't want entertainment. If you want entertainment, I'll listen to Abbey Road.
Well, actually, speaking of entertainment that you do and don't enjoy, we got a message here. See how much happier your dad is when he doesn't have to go to the opera against his will.
Yes, that's right. I asked around a few mates too, and unfortunately they couldn't find any legislation about being dragged to the opera without consent. But I'm working on it. I think your mother could be in trouble.
Should I take it personally that you've got a son who's studied law for 5 years and thus far you haven't consulted him on trying to find that legislation?
Yeah, I never thought of you. I just think of you as a rugby league head.
Well,
I
great.
consult you on rugby league matters. No, didn't think about that. I was being encouraged over coffee today to let you do YouTube for a living. And I said, yes, over coffee. They said, Sean was saying to me, you got to let him pursue his dreams, mate. And I said, no, I don't.
I see my bribes to your friend, the work's been put in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not successfully. You're going to have to up the ante on it. Anyway, I imagine you've shared your thoughts with your audience. I don't know what your thoughts are.
I'd give us a pass mark. I think the word control that you used was very good. Very happy that we haven't really given them a sniff at all throughout that first half. They have so many issues, the Storm.
They do. And I'm bordering on feeling a degree of compassion for them. But as you well know, I have a compassion gland missing. I don't feel sorry for anybody. But seeing their winger go off like that was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's awful. That's not how you want to finish your stint in a club that has defined who you are for so long. A few shades of Morris finishing with us, where you just think that's not the way you want to finish. Is he Australian or Kiwi?
He's Kiwi.
Oh, bugger. Oh, crap. Anyway.
If it's any consolation, I'm not sure he would have started for the Kiwis in the World Cup anyway.
Really?
Yeah. He's a bit rocks and diamonds. He might have, but no guarantee. Jermaine Osako is a very good winger. Ronaldo Mulatalo probably would start over him as well. So
look, I'm confident we'll win, even though we're only 8 points up. Normally I'd be miffed because I think, oh God, they're going to come back and they've got a lot of points in them, and we should have scored when we had the chance. But I'm not feeling that.
Yeah,
even if we don't have a great second half, we'll win 12-0, something like that.
I expect at the back end of the second half, our quality will eventually shine through.
Now, this is something that I wouldn't say worries me, but could worry me. Okay, we've got these two dynamic jumping wingers. I don't want to over-rely on them. I don't want to think, all right, all we do is get down there, kick to the wingers, get down there, kick to the wingers. We've got to have more bows in our quiver than that. We've got to have more in our armoury than kicking to them. Not saying it's a problem yet, but it could be. Let's hope it's not. By the way, I've been practicing my French national anthem too.
Yes, we are going to go and see Samoa versus France in Rugby League World Cup.
I would be quivering with fear if I was Samoa. I would be quivering. Did you tell your audience about the two dances that are going to happen?
No, you can feel free to if you like.
Well, hello audience. This is Joe's dad here. As you all
dad.
know, one of the highlights. Sorry, it's late. I've had a long working week.
I thought your dad was dead, back from the grave.
No. Actually, I said Joe's dad, which is technically correct because Patrick is Patrick Joseph.
Yep.
That's the sort of technicality you should know as a lawyer to get your murdering client off the hook.
That's true, but no one else watching this knows that.
Right, anyway, back to the point. One of the highlights of International Rugby League with the island nations is the dancing, the pre-game war dances. We all love that, and it's just a beautiful sight to see where one team will do their dance and then the other one does their dance in response. Now, Samoa will no doubt do an awesome war dance before playing France, to which France should respond with their own dance, which is, of course, the can-can.
Yes, it is.
Now, for those of you who don't know the can-can, I would suggest you look it up. And bear in mind that when they first did it in the late 1800s, it was done without underwear. I'm not looking forward to that. I was going to say I'm looking forward to that, but I'm not.
That's the way they should keep it.
Yes. So I'm pretty confident, and really, if we beat this team, it's not going to be, oh wow, we've beaten Melbourne. It's going to be, yeah, well, we did what we had to do. But that's what you do. That's what you do. And then go for Saints. So I'll talk to you at full time, mister.
Yep, sounds good.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Every single time I call him, there's something that happens. And yes, my brother's name is now public knowledge. He certainly doesn't want that to be the case, so please don't do anything about that. However, his name is not Patrick Joseph Jugru, so that's not correct. But anyway, look, when your brother is a content creator who is an absolute D- list celebrity, but has a particular group of like extremely feral fans, and you don't really want your identity to be public, all I can do is request that you guys don't really, go after him in any capacity. Please don't try and contact him. That would be really weird. So, yeah. As a favor to me, I wouldn't particularly enjoy that. Call Patrick? You know what? I'll call Patrick. I'll call him. I'll say, hey, your name's just been leaked on stream. He'll probably play it off and be like, oh, I don't really care. He has no interest in the Roosters, by the way, or rugby league whatsoever. It'd be really funny if he airs me. I think he might. He doesn't usually answer. I think he's gonna air me. Bruh, answer. Dude. How old is he? Younger than me. Younger than me. I don't know what to tell you. That's absolutely devastating. I might call brother the third and say put Patrick on. I'm not gonna call me mom. I'm not doing that. Well, I'll leave her alone. Non-zero chance Patrick is actually just like asleep right now. I'm calling different brother now. Why was your brother named after a SpongeBob character? He wasn't. I don't know why it's called Patrick, but he definitely wasn't. Oh, hello. You're on stream right now. I was wondering if Patrick's at home, if you could put him on.
Yes, Patrick. You're gonna be on Dylan's stream. Hello.
Hello. Just wanted to inform you, I just got off the phone with our mutual father, and he... to this point, I've been trying to keep your name private, but he did actually leak it. So the chat went a little bit crazy. Third brother, name leak. Just wondered if you had any thoughts.
That's all right. Just don't mind me because, I've got some problems with the government.
That we know. Yep. I wouldn't go any further into them, but bit of a...
No.
Is the word's fugitive from memory?
Something like that. I thought trafficking was in there somewhere. Yeah, some kind of traffic problem. I don't even know anymore, to be honest.
I got some questions for you if you're prepared to answer them.
Okay.
Do you like oysters?
They're all right.
Cool.
I would rather someone else eat them, though, I think, personally.
Do you collect the taxpayers' money?
For sure.
Because you don't pay any yourself. That's right, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Face reveal when?
We'll do a co-stream soon, I think.
Yeah, you reckon?
I'm gonna start a channel.
You like that? What would you call the channel?
Yep. Marky Mark's magical mark on the game.
That's good from yourself. Are you single?
I am.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
It is.
Will you wear wigs?
No.
Why don't you wear
Maybe.
wigs?
I forgot what he says in the interview.
When
actually.
will you wear wigs?
Someday.
I think he goes like, maybe. At some point. Yeah. And then he just randomly starts bursting out laughing when he realizes what's going on. All right, final question, because they're about to come back onto the field. Roosters currently winning 8-0 at halftime. Score prediction for the end of the game.
I see it on my screen.
Are you watching the game?
I am.
You don't tend to do that. Why are you watching the game?
I've watched every Roosters game this season.
It's news to me.
And every Ducks game and every Tigers game.
Why?
I'm a fan now.
There we go. All right. Well, we've converted you.
Sports better, actually. Big on the sports bet.
That's very much... I go far the opposite way in my stream, so... Thank you for that. I mean,
as soon as I saw Mexico built a wall to keep the US out, that ad? Yeah, I mean, I just knew I had to start watching sports.
No, that's fair enough. That is quite up your alley, isn't it? Big Mexico enthusiast.
I'm like, oh, that's quite a shot.
Yep. I'm not sure it's canon, but yes, I think it did happen.
What's that? No, I was talking about the coverage.
I didn't see what happened. I might be a bit behind.
Marky Mark was warming up his
He was walking up his hamstrings.
Oh, yeah, now I see it. What an angle. I don't think that's Mark. It's. I think it's Daly Cherry Evans, actually. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's what it was.
All right. Yeah, score prediction for the end of the game.
100-0 first game ever. No, I don't think they'll score.
Either team?
No, just Melbourne.
Oh, yeah, so what do you think we'll score? Thank you for that. All right. 32 it is. Bye. Nice. We've got kickoff. We've got kickoff. Savano took Ikamanu returns the ball into a tackle of Watson, Butcher, and Robson. Yeah, well, there we go. I mean, that was certainly the last person I thought I'd be calling midway through this stream, but I think it worked kind of well. I sure as hell hope Roosters get the next try. I mean, I said it at 4-0. It was more important at 4-0, I think. But still, it would be nice. Still predicting Storm 22, Roosters 19. I tell you what, if we kicked that field goal at halftime, that would have been a bang-on prediction, maybe. Anyway, who is Patrick Tuipulotu? I know Christian Tuipulotu, but anyway. Who do you think will be the next Dragons coach? My money would have been on Brad Arthur, but he signed an extension with the Leeds Rhinos, so he will not be. I really don't know. If Cronulla had a worse season, if their season had continued the way that it started, I think there would have been a world where Craig Fitzgibbon had maybe moved on from Cronulla and gone to the Dragons. Obviously, former Dragons player himself, Illawarra boy. But that won't happen. There's not really anyone out there. I really don't know. I really, really don't know. All right, anyway. Robson picks it up out of dummy half. Very good. Quick play the ball there. He's done well, Reece Robson. It's the two Origin hookers up against one another, although Brayley did play game 2, didn't he? Oh, Cherry Evans does beautifully there to step Alec McDonald and gets a kick away on the last. Good kick. Your fam's adorable. Oysters was because Oysters killed Patrick. Ha! So I wondered if he was allergic. We have made that joke many times before as a family. I didn't clock it, though, and he certainly didn't clock it. But yeah, back in 2021, when the rest of my family, I moved back to Australia first, and the rest of my family came. When they were in lockdown in a hotel, in quarantine, waiting for the 2-week period to pass, and then you were set free into Australia, they ordered Oysters Kilpatrick, and they did this funny sketch about Oysters Kilpatrick arriving at the door and Patrick running away. It was really funny, believe me. Harry Grant is hurt, is he? He is. He's down. Grant is down. He had this a couple weeks ago. I don't know. Hopefully just a cramp. Patrick is the one with the mad afro, right? Correct. Yes. Sydney New South Wales Cup won the Josh Durkin Cup with Durkin himself still out for the Storm. I'll take that. Oh, he was hit a bit high there by Nat Butcher. Anyway, good field position here for the Roosters. Would have preferred Ramsey to straighten that one there, but we started on the 40. Big game next week, mate, says the Knighted. About time you dropped in on one of my streams. I've dropped in on a couple of yours. Tell you what. You must be devastated. After scoring more tries than the opposition team, and getting a loss by an agonizing 2 points. Not ideal, but yes, we do travel up to the Hunter. Knights' top 4 chance is probably on the line in that one. We'll see if our top 4 chances won't quite be on the line, but if we lose this, certainly more so. So, yeah, the Leaguie United Bowl. All right, Walker puts a kick up on the last. Tupou's not going to compete for it. Billy Smith does. I think it's potentially forward, though, and yes, that is the ruling. So it remains 8-0. Surprised he didn't clock it, to be honest, but I could have made it more obvious. Look, I have been up, and not just up, but like intensely focused since 9 o'clock this morning. So, yeah, it's been a bit of an experience. A little bit of Leaguie law. The reason Olam isn't attached to the PNG Chiefs is because he hasn't been released from your basement where you let him walk. That is a bit of Leaguie law. There was a whole last stream where I was on this side and a PNG of Justin Olam was on this side, just on the screen. It was the Justin Olam memorial stream after he medically retired. I don't have a basement though, so yeah, but yeah, that was the law. You should stream on Kick. I don't really like Kick. It exists purely for gambling purposes, so not keen on getting an audience over there. All right. Grant has recovered, certainly, and gets a good run there at the dummy half, tackled by Connor Watson. So let's forget he had Nat Butcher. Nat Butcher's tackles seem high. He seems very, very involved. Anyway, kick from the toe. A PNG of Justin Olive. Yes, a PNG. I didn't even clock that. A PNG of Justin Olive. Tupou, that's high contact, yeah, from Hetherington, and he's annoyed with himself. Tupou got up and looked straight at him. Tell you what, Daniel Tupou picking a bit of violence there. Oh my god, I'm muted. Whoops, I'm muted. Whoops. I don't remember what I said after being muted. Anyway, I was talking about Slater and the Dragons. There's a chance, sure, but I don't think it will happen. He will know that when Craig Bellamy retires, if he's still an active coach, Billy Slater, there's pretty much a spot for him at the Melbourne Storm, so we'll see. Anyway, yeah, sorry about that. I muted to move my microphone and then forgot to unmute. Hello, Toby. How you going? All right. So played here. Robson gets it to Sammy Walker. We're on the attack again. This is the fourth. Short ball for Ketty. It was a nice little play, but still a couple of meters short. Robson. We'll get it back to find Walker. There's numbers out there, surely, if we can find them. Oh, and that wasn't the pass for Cherry Evans. Savala knocks it on. The cutout pass allowed for the time for the Melbourne Storm defense to slide in. Tell you what, he did brilliantly there. Troy Malatu Brown. Watch him come in here. Yeah, that really wasn't the play. That really wasn't the play. Had to go, I think, through the hands, not the cutout pass. Can the Leaguie ASMR, please? Okay. 6 again. 6 again. Six again. Victor, move! Alright. Kick there from Harry Grant. It was from inside the 40. Didn't have the angle, but anyway. Rambo's done well there. He does a little goosey for good measure. His kick returns have been great. Done great. Storm going the season without their star wingers, and maybe Howarth will be rough goings heading into the finals race. Yeah, I mean, they ain't really going to be in the race. All due respect to them. They lose this, they'll be 8 and 10. They can only lose one further game for the rest of the season. They might still be in the race, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. But no, I mean... No, I don't really think so. Hang on. Why is Mark playing center? What? Can we just... Why? That's weird. I think he's running back towards the other side. I don't know what the hell he's doing there. It is sad about Warbrick Storm on top. It's very sad. Anyway, kick here from Daly Cherubins. I thought those chases might be offside. Tupou doesn't go up for it. It's back from the Storm, and the touchline's there. Should be Roosters' ball. Should be Roosters' ball, yeah? Melbourne had a touch. He didn't play at it. Yeah, I completely disagree with Andrew Voss saying that's a penalty. Definitely agree with Greg Alexander on that. You watch, by the way, you watch. We'll score here. People will say, oh, that call. Common sense should have prevailed. Actually, that one. I don't think that's really true. All right. Cherry Evans gets it to Fiketti, who's looked lively and has another run there, but again, he won't quite get to the line. Close. Robson. Back to find Connor Watson. Does well to hold the ball because the pass was not good. And in fact, he doesn't hold the ball. I think he might challenge. No, it's a bit of a half-hearted appeal, but the pass was not good from Reece Robson. Yeah, not good. I wonder if Sam Walker and Cody Walker are brothers. They're not, but both of them are Dylan Walker's brothers. Yeah, it was a knock-on. Damn. That's a real opportunity wasted. Real opportunity wasted. You assume 95% of rugby league fans have common sense. They probably have CTE. Well, not the fans. Yeah, it's funny. I won't certainly name names because this would be terrible for them. But But I've had a few people, content creators, message me over the last couple of weeks with my pro bunker and pro ref stance, taking even more of a front foot, saying you overestimate the intelligence of rugby league fans, of the average rugby league fan, to look through that nuance. And I'm like, I don't think I do. And I want to believe that rugby league fans are, as intelligent as the wider population, and intelligent enough to see through it. I want to believe in a better future. And I maybe that's the optimism of youth. I don't know. But, knock on there in the play the ball. It's Hetherington again with an error. But, I don't know. I think highly of you guys. So maybe it's my own opinion of my own fan base as well, but I've got a very intelligent fan base. So with 10 minutes gone in this second half, still remains 8 points to 0. We really do now, I think, need to get another try. Well, when were the tries scored in this game? 5th and 25th minutes. So you would think we score... Oh, no, 45 is already gone. Never mind. Anyway. Leaguie, I lived in a town where we were on an earthquake hazard. We were on the fault line, Napier, New Zealand. We were prepared for a quake, but I'm preparing myself for the game tomorrow. That might be even worse. I learned today that in Sutherland Islands Pigeon, they call an earthquake like a big boy shake or something like that. Walker, short ball, Nat Butcher. It was a nice little option there. Nice little option. Melbourne have defended absolutely valiantly. Let's see what we can do here. Walker gets it to find Connor Watson. Out to find Cherry Evans. Numbers are out there. Ramsey goes through the hands. They get it out to Mark. He'll score surely. He doesn't. Great defense. Ball comes free. He tried the offload and Melbourne recover. Wow. Howarth is back from the dead as well. You see Mark Nwangani score that every single time. I thought once we got through the hands and got to him, we were in for sure. Good offload there as well to find Stefano Utuwe-Kamanu. Didn't need to do the offload, Mark, but anyway. Not gonna lie, Jack Hetherington is a sick of potatoes. He might be a bit of a sick of potatoes, but anyway, he's a firebrand player and he brings what he brings. Run there from Trent Loiero. I hope that's not a momentum changer. Anyway. Roosters only 8-0 up's kind of insane. I agree. Early kick there. It was on the 4th. Ramsey's going to go across for it. Good catch on the full as well. He'll get it up to about the 40, maybe even the halfway line. Yeah, in fact, he does get it to the halfway line. Great return there. We really do need another try, I think. It's not even 9-0. Like, we didn't even get the field goal on halftime, so... He brings what he brings. Yeah, judiciary charges. Yes, that's true. That's true. But in terms of if you sign him as a squad player, fringe first grader, he's not bad. He's not bad. And he was the kind of player who I think it's worth Melbourne signing. Because you could see him go down to the Storm and have success, more so than with other teams. Billy Smith did well to beat his opposite man there. Dummies goes through himself. Beautiful work from Billy Smith. What a run. Spread it maybe to the right-hand side now. A bit of a second effort in the tackle there anyway. I don't mind them getting away with that one. Watson with it. They get it out to Ramsey. They're not going to go through the hands. Ramsey doesn't go out that way, and I think that was right. Robson will be in at dummy half here now. Goes to Sammy Walker. We're going to kick across field to try and find Daniel Tupou. Tupou bats it far back at its Storm players everywhere. Knocked back by the Roosters, and we just died with the ball there. All right. We just can't find a way through. Melbourne defense has been great. They can't get down the right end of the field for them, but their defense is great. Do you reckon DCE would be playing as well as he is this season if he stayed at Manly? Great question. And do you think Manly would be going as well as they are if the same? No and no. I think it really worked out well for everyone involved. Look, Cherry Evans played with the likes of, say, Tom Trbojevic when Tom Trbojevic was at his best. So I'm less confident on that side of the equation. But I think getting that player out of the door, allowing for a reset culturally, you have the Trbojevics being the leaders. I think that helped massively. Fa'alongo, he does get a pass away here to find Nick Meaney. They're doing well. This is good. I'll finish answering that question later because it's a great question. But Melbourne have a decent attacking opportunity here. They haven't had the ball here. They're about to cross the 20 for the first time in the game. Howarth does get tackled in the 20 for the first time. They're within 10 here. We have not had to defend all game. Wishart will die with the ball there. That's a very poor last tackle option. Terrible. Absolute Tyron Wishart? Yes, it was. Absolute shard. Yeah, so I think, yeah, the cultural reset is what it was. Then again, I wonder if a lot of that tension, quote unquote, that was there was between Seabold and Cherry Evans. I wonder if Cherry Evans was still there, Fosball might have been multiplied, because Cherry Evans captain, Kieran Foran coach, they're best mates. Like, that might have been really good. So it's hard to say. From a Roosters perspective, I think Cherry Evans has done very well not having the pressure of being the main man. At Manly, he would have been if he'd stayed. You have Tom at the back, sure, and you can make that argument, but at bare minimum, DCE's man number 2. At the Roosters, it's Tedesco, it's Walker, then it's Robson and DC sort of on a similar level. Even, you know, Mark, you can make a case on recent form. Out there on the wing, you've got Radley, who's very involved. So I think the ability to just take a step back, do the fundamentals, and not have to have the pressure of coming up with the play all the time has really helped him. So, yeah. Anyway, well, Brooks did get injured, and the Fosball structure, I'm going to say, is temporarily dormant. Yeah, Brooks getting injured, sure, but Fogarty is the guy who came in to replace DC, not Brooks. There's a penalty to the Storm. I wonder, potentially a challenge. No, Butcher's not happy about it. High contact. Penalty there, Storm. He's having an appeal. I mean, he can challenge. He's not going to challenge. Yeah, he's not happy, Nat Butcher. He's really not happy. Name a player born in WA. I know that there are some. Wow. It was a knee to the head in the end, but my God, that was maybe the softest high contact. You will see. Do you want DCE to play on next year? No, not really. Look, if he does, I'm not going to be annoyed, but I think it's sort of a one-year thing. That is so soft. Do you think Marky Mark was better last year than this year? No. It was very good last year, but no, I don't think he was. Ponga was born in WA, Port Hedland. There we go. Yeah, that rings a bell. Hello, Jeff. How you going? Switched over to YouTube. Thank you for being here. Still 8-0. That's where I keep landing. It's still 8-0. And they're attacking now, the Storm. That's knocked back from the Storm. They get it on to find Oren Keeley. There's numbers there. Tupou's retreating backwards. Great tackle for Sammy Walker. We should be much fresher in defense, but that's 6 more. We're inviting them here. I'm sensing 8-6, and I'm not happy about that. I am really, really not happy about that. Granson at dummy half. They go to the left-hand side. Trent Tolau with a ball in hand. Gets it to Trent Loiero. 2 Trents in back-to-back. You can't be having that. You cannot be having that, respectfully. Grant, dummies one way, goes the other. Trent Loiero will take a tackle there. So this is the third. They got through those tackles very quickly. 3 more to go. Grant, underneath. Nice ball there for Cooper Clark. Does well to hold it. All right. Grant. Find Loiero. I'm not reading the chat. Oh, he just sits down there. This is not great. This is not great. Oh, no. Tiger has said that Stefano has scored. Oh, no. The ball gets to Stefano. Oh, no, he's there. That was really poor. Right under the post. Melbourne have scored. I hate that I've said it, but I did say I feel 8-6 coming. Oh no. We are the Storm from Melbourne town. We'll blow the others off the ground. We are the Storm and we're number 1. That was poor. Very poor. We've tried a lot of things in attack. Admittedly, I don't think we've attacked like super poorly. I think Melbourne have been up to it. But it's just poor to allow such a massive hole in behind the ruck there. Wow. Rarely seen torn / ruptured Achilles injury in rugby league. Feel bad for Big Warbrick. And that's how his Melbourne career ends. But see you in Auckland, mate. Let's go. It's interesting. I mean, I reckon he starts over AKP. But I like AKP as a winger. What's tough to take is that it's come off the back of that penalty. But anyway, it is what it is. Still should have defended that. They kick it from in front, Nick Meaney. 8 points to 6. We've had everything in this game. Except points. Except points. And they are the most important thing, no? So, yeah. Okay. Come on. Please. I bloody hope that they're not buoyed by that. I think they will be. Surely we get the next try, but, you know, I don't know. Yeah. Melbourne deserve to be super up and about here. Hopefully, a bit of a wake-up call for the Roosters. But really, it's the first time Melbourne came down that end of the field. I know that they had a bit of an opportunity, but wow. Can you name any NT or SE born players? I believe Will Chambers was from Northern Territory. South Australia, though, I don't think anyone's coming to mind. All right, Melbourne with the ball. Good tackle there. The rain coming in now. I don't think it necessarily suits anyone, really. I don't think it suits us. Really. All right. Harry Grant out of dummy half. I nearly said Haaland because of EB's message there. If Haaland came to the NRL,
someone just redeemed a thing.
he'd adapt really well.
_Hasman just redeemed head dent check.
There's a bit of a dent there. Because he's just a freak of bloody nature and he's Norse and those guys are freaks of nature. Great catch, Daniel Tupou. I actually disagree. I don't think he'd be up to the physicality of it. And I know that's crazy to say. Maybe, but well, actually, when I say physicality, I mostly mean toughness. I don't think he'd be up to the toughness of being a player of that size playing rugby league. So, all right. Nat Butcher with a run. If you guys actually lose this, you'll need to fire someone because how are you losing to this Storm season? We already lost to them once earlier in the year. That was a very flat performance in Melbourne coming off Origin. There were reasons for it, but this one there'd be no excuses for. Robson gets it to find Radley on for Spencer Leniu. The rain is very much coming down here now. So on the last here, Robson gets it to find DCE. Ball up in the air. Not really a chase that we're going to contest there. Tumala to Brown. Gets it to find Soafalongo, who's nailed and, couldn't quite be dragged into the in goal. But great tackle there, Victor Radley. Brilliant tackle. They shift the ball out here to find Jack Howarth. Will Chambers was born in Brisbane, but grew up in Nhulunbuy. Close enough. Damn, I knew he had some sort of Northern Territory connection. Anyway, I just had a crazy moment of deja vu just then. Seeing the Melbourne Storm carry that ball on the right-hand side of the field against the Roosters at Allianz talking about Will Chambers, I feel like I've done that before. That's weird. Anyway, played there. This is the fourth. Grant, big pass backwards. So they're going to shift it. It kind of looks like they will. No, straightened there, did Cooper Clark. They got it up to the 30. It's not a bad result. Grant. In fact, it was far longer in a dummy half, I think. Anyway, Wishart hits it. Good catch there from Daniel Tupou, but let's see what we can do with this field position. Because we've done nothing with this field position since the 25th minute, really. Apparently, the ACT is safe for visitors, but something got stolen. It was my heart. When you came down to the ACT, I don't know how many more people you met than myself. So I'm putting two and two together there. Am I flattering myself, or is there a bit of a confession there from roaming to Rome? Absolute pivot. Have any of you eaten duck egg before? Because I recently purchased some duck eggs. Leniu with an offload there. Smith takes the tackle there. 2 tackles left. Please. Rugby league gods. I'd feel so much like happier, so much calmer, so much more comfortable in the Fahu White. That's a good offload there from Victor Radley to White. This is the last. Okay, good bad game or good close game. I think it's one for the purists, but a good close game. It's going to be a one-on-one. Mark catches it and he's knocked it on. These moments are not happening for us. They're really not happening for us. We're putting the ball in the right spots, but the moments just aren't happening for us. Man, the chooks are wasteful. Yeah, unfortunately. It was a good kick. Mark had to grow at it, but just knocked it on. They're really not happening for us. When I came to the ACT, I went to Queen Bee and thoughts, just no point going to Queen Bee in any reason. 6 more there, Melbourne. I just had some duck eggs. They're good. Nice. Mark hurt. I don't think he's really hurt. He doesn't look super hurt. Anyway, this is the second. I'm not happy nor comfortable. Oh, that's a good pass. That's a very good pass. Cooper Clark with a good run. All right. DC is in at first marker. They get it out to Stefano. They're marching upfield. Here, the Storm. They are inspired. Grant gets it to Trent Tolau on for Oren Keeley. Az is back. Wow. I haven't attended a stream in 2 months. Oh my god, it's 6 more on the last. It's 6 more on the last. Tupo, that's poor. That's really poor from you. Those are moments that could define the game. Wow. What did I miss on this fine establishment? Not much worth writing home about. Melbourne, I feel a Melbourne try here, and it's pessimistic, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm not happy. I'm not comfortable. This is deterred. Okay. Grant gets it to Liero. Trent Tolau, one for Suafa'alongo. Danger Man gets it out to Oren Keeley. Good sliding defense there from the Roosters. Sideline, maybe Beccanino. All right. On the 4th. Get the ball out to the toe. On to find Harry Grant. Now to find Tyron Wishart. There should be numbers out there, but they go the short ball instead. Another plug for the short ball. Shout out to him. This is the last. Grant at a dummy half. Puts boot to ball. It was a bit of a, I think, set play there to find Fa'alongo. But anyway. We survive. We survive. Lucky, terrible Storm play. I think it was set for a kick that Fa'alongo chases through. And then the idea is when he gets to the ball, he has enough momentum to just go straight through. But anyway. It was the city that stole my heart. I see, Dean. I see. I doubt that, but I see. We're not going to win this game on 8 points. But then again, at the moment, we just need to get out of our own end here. Fatigue alert, 6 minutes. The fatigue alert, not the fatigue alert. That's not what you want. Leaguie, did you even know who Marky Mark was 3 years ago, 1 year before he signed? Well, yes, because I know... Well, if you're counting him signing 1 year out for the Roosters, which is what he did... Yes, I knew. But no, I didn't know who he was until he signed for the Roosters. Admittedly, like, he was pretty young, but he achieved a lot. So, no, I didn't know who he was. It's suddenly Melbourne winning the field position battle. We need an error from them, which is what they were doing earlier in the game. But they're starting this set on the 40. Fa'alongo's taking the headgear off. If Mark gets injured in this game, can you bring back the beard for a month? Nope, not bringing the beard back anytime soon. Oh, man. Okay. My stomach is just churning. It's not happy. It's not happy. Oh, no, he's got an offload away. Oh, that's beautiful. Pass out wide. It goes off the boot of Fa'alongo. Walker's there. Oh, and he runs it dead. There was an absolute reality there that Fa'alongo scored. Oh, my God. Brilliant play. As we sit down to 13 minutes, I'm getting less and less confident that we're going to win this game. Melbourne are coming home with a wet sail. It was a volley from Suafa'alongo, and Walker did so well to get across there. Oh my God. I'm not comfy or happy. Jesus. Walker's going to go short. It was right on the shot clock. That's knocked back from the Storm. Sideline there, potentially. No. Does well to find the ground there. So Melbourne recover it. Cooper Clark did very well to stay in the field of play. Tackle there on Jack Howarth. Tries to play it quickly. There's no dummy half there. Grant eventually goes for it. Is that a knock on? Yes, it is. They're going to put in a challenge, maybe? No. Oh. Kiss the wall? I don't really want to kiss the wall. I don't want to get up. Feel like Newcastle should give Fletcher Sharp the keys to the squad and have him at fullback. Ponga hasn't been his best for a long time, and they should slowly fade him out. I cannot agree with that. There was someone saying earlier that Ponga's in better form than his Dally M season. So the duality of man. No, I think Ponga's been good. I feel so tired because of the emotion that's riding on this right now. I did say at the start of this stream I would take a 2-point victory. I didn't expect to be put through the ringer like that, to be honest. But there's 12 minutes to go. I'd take a 1-point victory now. Hell yes. Okay. On the 3rd. Robson gets it to find Victor Radley. Now back to find Walker. Nice ball there for Nat Butcher, who carries it over the halfway line. I'm not doing anything to the walls, George Dragon fan. Robson had a dummy half. Trying to get maybe a 6 again. A bit of a half-hearted appeal from Sammy Walker. So we will put a kick in. About 35 out. Walker, he didn't have a lot of time to kick that. I'll tell you what, Billy Smith will be the player contesting it. I think that's knock on Billy Smith. And if it's not, then it's a knock on Daniel Tupou. So it's going to be knock on Roosters. I don't mind that it's a set, though. We're down the right end of the field. I was actually saying after the Sun mark that he'll be the difference that helps us beat the Panthers. And round 2, the Roosters beat Panthers in 2025. I do remember that. I watched that. I was down in Melbourne for the Formula 1, and I watched that from a hotel room. I think we were $11 to win that game. Roosters in a bit of Barney rubble. We are in a bit of Barney. We are in a bit of Barney, that is for sure. I want to see the intent that was on that tackle on every tackle. We should be the much fresher team, which is why I'm not happy with the fact that Melbourne are coming home with a wet sail. Grant out a dummy half. Dummies goes himself. Discipline might just win this game here. It doesn't matter which side does it. Discipline might just win this game. Loiero back to find Trent Tolau. Nice ball for Farlongo, who does just sort of step and take a tackle. So this will be the last. 10.5 minutes to go. Howard's at 8 points to 6. Key for Trent Tolau. Underneath it is going to be Daniel Tupou. Good catch there from the veteran winger. Potentially high contest. I'll tell you what, I didn't see a good shot of that, but if there was a world where the Butcher one was high, I think there's a world where that one was high. But anyway, the Butcher one wasn't high. I don't think that was high either. All right. Now in the hands of Mark Nwangini Tuase. Up over the 30. Does well. Stands. Just want to hold the ball. That's the key thing there. DCE kicks on the third, 40 out, and it's caught on the full by Fa'alongo. That's not what he would have wanted there, Cherry Evans. That's not what he was after. A kick return to nearly the 40. That was not the kick. It could have been the kick if it had got past Fa'alongo and bounced through. Absolutely not, given that it caught him on the full. That was not the play. Okay. Now in the hands of Oren Keeley. We're already up to the halfway line here. Billy Smith, I think, went for a bit of a strip there. Anyway, didn't get it. Will you swear if Roosters lose? Off camera, certainly. In frustration, again, and under my breath, for sure. Ah, there's an error. They'll challenge it. They'll challenge it. Yeah, he's adamant. It's not just going to be a frivolous challenge either. He's absolutely adamant. They're going to challenge. I don't like how confident he is. Okay. Do you think any of your viewers have licked a doorknob or window? Statistically, yes, surely. I think Doggies can be a contender next year. It's only that 5-game run that ruined us before Canberra game we played well for the last month and a half. Sorry, before the Canberra game we played well for the last month and a half. I want to see this here. Watson stepped back into the play the ball, but his foot was nowhere near it. No, they'll lose that challenge. I think they'll lose that challenge. Contender, best case scenario for sure. Not impossible, but I don't think I'd predict that. I'm surprised we're looking at this so much. Yeah, I don't know about the way that they got to that result, but I think it's the right result, and the challenge is going to be unsuccessful. It was a lost ball by Josh King, simply. Okay. So Melbourne lose their challenge. Hopefully they lose the game in 10 minutes as well. Roosters will get it here on the 40. Surely, I mean, look, I would have said this since the 25th minute. Surely 8 is not a winning score. But the time's just ticking down. Melbourne are going to have, you would think, 4 more sets with ball in hand. They've had a lot more than 4 and only come up with 1 try, but we've had a lot more than that and only come up with 2, so I don't know. Anyway, Nafahu White with a run there. Robson is going to be in a dummy half here. Plays, I'm stressed. Radley gets it up over the 40. I trust my boys. I do trust them, but I'm stressed. Hello, smart guy. I've had better days, but today was all right. It's certainly going to be made a lot better if we can get a win here. To be honest, I think it will largely be determined by if we get a win here. Played there by Cherry Evans. Robson gets it to find Radley. Back to find Sammy Walker. Holds it. Those Melbourne defenders standing really, really far up. Anyway, this is the last here. Ramsey gets it to Nat Butcher. Ends up in the hands of Connor Watson, who will put a bomb. Oh, no, Connor. Oh, that's not the play. Mark catches it. Puts the second kick in. We needed that. It's actually weighted beautifully. Fa'alongo will be caught just outside the goal. Ah, it's a penalty. No. Not the right option. Look, it's a penalty right in the corner there. They won't find massive touch, but damn. Yeah, there was, I think, frustration from Connor Watson. They got about 25 meters off that. Could have had them coming off their own end. I really hope that's not a momentum changer. But yeah, it was frustration for Connor Watson to do that when he knew he messed up the kick. Could have just had Melbourne coming out of their own little corner there. Instead, they're up to the 30 on the first. Loiero gets it to find King. 7.5 minutes to go in this game. Loiero gets it to find. It's at David Moali. It is. My brother said at halftime, I don't think Melbourne score. He actually said, I don't think they score. And I said Roosters or Storm. He said Storm. It would have been right if he said Roosters. Knock on there, Storm. Okay. So another one survived. I hate that I'm like, we're surviving. But it is another one survived. This is why watching your own team is really an enjoyable experience. It's only ever enjoyable when you are like 20 points ahead. It ain't currently. I am that child right now going, looking at this performance. I was playing FIFA 09. I beat the lowest rated team playing as Man United, highest team 16-3 with Wayne Rooney getting 9 goals. Who's the lowest rated team? Safano set to come back on the field, or is he coming off the field? Looks like he's coming on. He's looked good, Safano. He's had a good game. One of the rare Storm players who I'd say has been, you know, a spark. Anyway, Watson to Radley. Now in the hands of DCE. There's numbers out there. Ramsey. Dummies. Goes himself. I like that from a meters perspective. Good stuff. We get it up to the 30 on the third. How'd you say 32-0? For someone who watched every game of the Roosters this year, that's not a great prediction. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed 32. I think I said 32 for the whole game. I wouldn't have said 32 coming out of the halftime break, but anyway, walk up to DCE. Now in the hands of Ramsey. He goes himself. It's on the fourth. There was a chance to put a kick in behind. Short side, maybe? No, Savala gets it to Walker. Back. It's going to go to Robson. Butcher gets it on to Billy Smith. There's numbers. Tupou is in space. Tupou to win it. Tupou has done it for 10 years at the Sydney Roosters. And that secures victory. Heading easts. Like, respectfully. Walker has to kick it. That's true. I've gone the early crow there. I've really gone the early crow. That's not a win yet. I did my mathematics slightly wrong. I'm gonna stay here. Walker, frankly, like statistically, based on this game, not gonna kick this goal. But if there's one I want him to get, it's this. Please, Sammy. I'm not gonna read chat. Try is confirmed. I just assumed that if we got a try, we'd win the game with 4 minutes to go. But well and truly, is still game alive until this conversion is kicked. Well and truly. Color me still confirmed worried. Definitely. Still confirmed worried. Try is confirmed, and I am still confirmed worried. Sammy, I need you to clutch up, like, fundamentally right now.
Smart guy Yay just redeemed Pepsi Max sip.
Thank you, I'm gonna need it.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Container, firstly. Shoelace! Shoelace, Renault! A clutch! A clutch!
A clutch. A clutch, Sammy. Please.
Hey, Leaguie, someone just redeemed a thing.
X_Hasman just redeemed head dent check.
Can't even really. I'll do it when I get up there. Samuel. Thank God Tupou brought it in a bit. It's made it a bit easier. Chat saying things. I'm not reading them. Walker, come on, please, sir. Please. Oh. There's your head dent check. I wonder sometimes, right? Because I follow a team that's been quite good throughout my lifetime. How often this team's antics, shenanigans, and general tomfoolery have taken years off my life expectancy. Today has been one of those days. So am I going to get the ball back off the kickoff here? Are they? Or did they knock on there? I think it's knock on Roosters. Yeah, that's the ruling. All right, well, 4 minutes to go. 8 points is the margin. Well, we'll put in a challenge here. Robson is adamant. I think it wasn't Robson. I think Mark knocked it on. But anyway, kept his challenge. Easy win. No, it was not. No, it was not. Absolutely not. Should I play as Sunderland? Oh, hang on, sorry. The worst team is University College Dublin AFC with 51 rating. Wow. You should play as Sunderland, yes. Roosters are top 4 while playing like a team looking like the bottom 4. I don't think that's true. I think Melbourne deserve a lot of credit for this performance. I think they were really good and defended brilliantly a lot of our attack. Yeah, I think Mark has knocked it on him. Anyway, I don't mind the challenge. Use it. Yeah, I think bottom 4 is a bit harsh, but we got to win against the Storm side we have a terrible record against. We should have played a lot better, but I think Melbourne played out of their skins a bit. Yeah, it's a knock on by Mark. That's what I thought live. So, 3 minutes 50 on the clock. Melbourne need to try and a further 2 points. Try convert further 2 points. Roosters overtook Wise. Look, for now. Legman, it's a bad. I was more invested in the Titans beating the Storm last week than Queensland when he State of Origin. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You have to admit that this is top 3 games of the year. I don't know if I completely agree with that. We've had some very good games. Oh, Jake Friend's up in the coach's box. That's cool. But it's good. All right. Let's see what Melbourne come up with. Run from Oren Keeley. I still somehow, I don't feel the celebrations coming until full time, honestly. Disappointing, but a win to win. Yeah, if we get it. We should get it now, really. But anyway. Safano plays it. Grant. Short ball. To find Josh King. It's 6 more. It's 6 more. It's 6 more. We're inviting them. I said discipline will win this game, and the discipline is not being good. Grant. They're spreading it to the right-hand side now. They get it out to a running. They've got numbers. Oh, and they've bombed it. Nick Meaney. The try line was there for him. I'm happy to say it's 1 now. Penalty try? No. Meaney bombed that squarely. The pass was a bit out behind so far long ago, and Nick Meaney has saved the Roosters' graces there. By Jove. Wow. What has been top 3 most forgettable Roosters games? I honestly can't remember. Siwa Wong up to near the halfway line. I kind of needed it today. I'm the cortisol levels. Oh, tell you what. League insider fact from a friend: Mini has wanted out since last year from the Storm. That would surprise me. But he was one of the early signers to the Bears, so maybe. Legman, have you ever played a FIFA game? Brother, I spent my childhood playing FIFA games. I'm one of the great global FIFA career mode players. Kick up over the top. I think it's knocked on by Billy Smith, is it? Yeah, it's going to be, either way, back, forward, whatever, doesn't matter. 2 minutes left. That was a good one, Leaguie, thank you. Are the Roosters the worst top 4 team of the last 15 years? No. Not even the worst top 4 team currently in the top 4 this year. Jeez, that's harsh. What was your first FIFA game like year? Do I have it here with me? Oh, I do. It's underneath my laptop, though, and I don't want to take it under my laptop because my Ethernet cable will disconnect. Modern technology. FIFA 14. Is that the new retro Chooks jersey? Sure is. And it's gorgeous. If this was a woman, I'd date her. Well, I don't have an overly good record with that. But anyway, I would ask if it wanted to date. They've got a 3-on-2 out there. Meaney does catch that one. The pass was still out behind him. But anyway, they can't get a lane break there. Worst top 4 team in my recent memory was probably 2019 Broncos. I think they went out in straight sets. Yeah, it's definitely not 2026 Roosters. Anyway. 1 minute left. They're looking for a rugby league miracle here. Grant does put a kick in. I think far longer was offside, to be honest. Anyway, Ramsey gets it. Beats his opposite number. Trying to step around. No need for any razzle-dazzle shenanigans. And the Roosters have won it. Oh, there was a world where that didn't happen as the outcome. I tell you what. There was a world. Wow. FIFA 14's on PS2. I can get that, but it costs a lot of money because it's the newest PS2 game in the world. Has become a collector's item. There we go. Interesting. Well, I've got the FIFA 14 Xbox One version. No use to you. Anyway, Savala takes a run there. Look, we did it with no Teddy and no Robert Toyer and no Angus Crichton. It's worth something, but my God, they had a lot of players out. We made it hard on ourselves. We should have beaten them by a lot more. I'll take the 2 points. I'll take the win. But, yeah, wow. Wow. Sammy Walker will just die with the tackle there. I don't know if any of you were American football fans, but that's the closest thing to a quarterback kneel you will see in rugby league. Full time. Melbourne have every right to be immensely proud of that performance. Roosters get the win. We get it by 8 in the end. I'll take it, but I'll tell you what. I said that my father was, an early 60-year-old. Years certainly off my life expectancy and years certainly off his. Let's see what he has got to say after that one. I think he'll take it, but yeah.
Okay. You know how great poets, the measure of a good poet is to be able to express so much in so few words. I can summarise that entire win in one word. My phone just dinged. That'll be my mate Brian in the ground saying how awful we were. It was ugly. Really, really ugly. But a win's a win. You know, fact is, we won the game. We're 2 points off the top of the ladder. So I'll take that. And as the Elephant Man's mum used to say to him all the time, even in ugliness, you can find some beauty. Now, when they got back to 8-6, there was probably a 15-minute period where they were on our line attacking us, and we really could have been thinking, holy crap, what is this? Why are they on the verge of taking the lead? That bit I loved. We defended really, really well. There was no, mentally clocking off and thinking, we should have wrapped this game up. It was just, no, all right, we're stuffed up. It's been horrible, but we'll win if we hang in there. So, really, oh, God, I'm just looking. Did you say DCE's nose?
Yeah, the schnoz was having some claret bleeding out of that.
It's a good size. It's gone bigger. It's that's not pretty. So yeah, really, really ugly win. There was a time that you thought, you got to be kidding me. Don't tell me we could lose this game. Don't tell me they could do us again. Look, we are going, even next week against Newcastle, we're going to have to play so much better. But Teddy will be back, full strength team. We've got to up the ante. In all four, it's 4 in a row now that we've won. None of them have been, brilliant 80-minute performances. But hell, we've got 8 competition points out of it.
Yep. So 12-5 record. You said earlier, by the way, that one of the great things is to be able to find beauty in ugliness.
Yes.
I found that certainly helped in terms of my love for you as a father. That's been nice.
Yes.
I think you missed an opportunity to throw that at me as you said it. I thought that was definitely the direction that was going.
Maybe it's because in your case I am still looking for the beauty.
That's true. No, but let's just say that there's a reason why these aren't video calls.
Yes,
just the
that's
audio
right,
ones.
Yes. I tried to set up your brother the other day with the daughter of the lady that makes me my coffee.
I've heard.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I said to the daughter, she said, well, what does your son look like? And I said, well, he looks like a young version of me. And she wasn't interested after that. So, yeah, I'll try another tack next time. Anyway, ugly win, but, nod's as good as a wink to a blind bat, and we won. My celebratory scotch, which I still will have, won't taste quite as good, but hell, we'll take it. Now finally Origin's over.
Yep.
Right, there's no Origin. This is where we ramp it up.
Yep.
We ramp it up. We've got the competition points. That's the main thing. We've got a bucket load of points, but we ramp up the ability and the way we play the game now, because that was really horrible. But then, okay, the other side of it, right? imagine we beat them 42-0. We don't learn anything from that.
Yep.
You know, so we've beaten a team that was literally falling apart in front of us. Wouldn't have got anything out of that either. At least there, we got that 15-minute period where we thought, we've made a mess. Always good seeing Tubes score the winning try as well. So, anyway, yes. So I'll go have a little drink and enjoy a weekend with no opera.
Okay.
That's always. And I rarely say this because you know I don't like them, but it's Go Saints.
It is Go Saints. Before you do go, I need to sort of, I not get your permission, but I think get your thoughts, get you maybe your blessing. So tomorrow the Roosters girls come down here to play in Canberra, so I'm going to be going to the game decked out in Roosters gear. It's followed by Raiders and Rabbitohs, and I'm going off a free ticket from a Rabbitohs fan in the Rabbitohs section. So I'm going to be sitting draped in red, white, and blue in the Rabbitohs section. Do you have any tips, any advice in terms of survival?
Yes, I do actually, and very similar experience. As a young man, you know I was into cricket, and that was the days of the brilliant West Indian cricket team, right? The greatest sporting team I've ever seen. I've been on the hill of the Sydney cricket ground when it was a hill, when it was just grass, which is the most violent area. Packed, 50,000 people screaming for Australia, and I've been going for the Windies. My tip to you would be keep a lot of your thoughts to yourself, and just look like the kind of person that you are that doesn't provoke violence in any form. Don't say things like, you've only won one premiership in the colour TV era and things like that, because they know that, Dylan. They'll look at you and think that you're intellectually superior. But can you take some before and after photos? Yeah,
I can. What you want to see the bruised face afterwards?
Yes. So, wow, that'd be interesting. You're really going to wear a Roosters jersey? I'm
going to see the Roosters play. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. I'll look out for you on TV. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
that'll be like the guy that congratulated Alex Johnson.
Yeah,
they have to live with that forever. That the first guy that congratulated him was a Rooster. They won't be able to take that away. So yes, you have my permission to do a rugby league thing.
Okay.
Always. So, all right, I'm off for a quick scotch.
Cool. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. By popular demand, by the way. At first I thought, maybe not, but I will do a call of Patrick, given that it went so well at halftime. Actually, I'll call Simon's phone because these are my two brothers, by the way, because Patrick didn't pick up earlier. Hey, Leaguie, someone just redeemed a thing. Not making it easy for me, smart guy.
I just redeemed head dent check.
Hello. You're still on stream. They demanded, unfortunately not specifically you, they actually demanded Patrick, but I thought you were more likely to pick up. Quick thoughts on the game and then maybe put Patrick on?
Well, Patrick's sleeping.
Oh. Did he watch to the end?
No, actually.
Great.
I thought it was looking very hairy for a minute.
It was looking absolutely hairy. Yes.
After Connor Watson gave away the penalty.
Yeah.
Was it Max King that dropped the ball?
It was. Not Josh King. That
was Josh King. It was Max King plays for, is he the Bulldogs player?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Good stuff from yourself.
And then Nick Meaney. Butterfingers.
Yeah, the pass was out behind him. I think that was the main reason for it. But yeah, the Watson penalty, certainly. I mean, there was frustration because his kick went so wildly wrong. He wanted to redeem himself. But anyway, we got it done. We're sitting in second at the moment. 12-5, I'll take it.
Who did the Warriors play?
One of the best teams in the comp, fortunately. You can probably guess who. side. Absolutely.
Titans.
No, worse.
Worse.
Yep.
St. George.
Yep. I'm pretty sure it's in New Zealand as well. So that's not going to be good. Yeah, it's in New Zealand tomorrow at 5:35. So we will be promptly back down in third, but I'll take it. 2 points off Penrith. 2 points off Penrith. Couple of questions for you specifically, and then I'll let you go. Are you wearing a shirt?
Yes.
How have you been?
Good.
You can use more than one answer. Sorry, more than one word to answer if if you like.
It feels like a bit of a game, though.
Vil je ver weeks?
I don't know if your audience would know that reference.
They suggested it.
They suggested
I've
it.
got a good audience.
That's solid.
Do you
Solid
got games
work.
on your phone?
Yes.
What games do you got on your phone?
Retro Bowl.
True. Apparently they're making a rugby league version of that. Not the same people, but someone is basically making a rugby league version of that.
I downloaded it.
I don't know if it's out yet. I need to look. How attractive is Patrick?
7.
It's not bad. Are you a toothbrush?
No.
Do you drink water?
Sometimes.
One more question I will ask, whatever one comes in next. Here we go. What is your rugby league team you can't say Roosters?
I like the Titans.
Okay.
Well, I like Keanu Kenny.
Okay. Nice. All right. Thank you for that. I'll leave that there. Long live the Roosters.
Up the Chookies.
Up the Chookies. Goodbye. Oh, see ya.
Oh, well.
That's made me day that. That's absolutely made my constitutional, catastrophic, and cataclysmic rugby league day. I won't be back tomorrow. I'm going to be out at GIO Stadium, freezing my absolute tits off, but it's going to be fun. Don't think I'll have the time really to set up a chair stream. I'm flat out, but I'll try. If I get 20 minutes where I'm like, okay, I have a break, I'm not doing anything, I will try and set up a chair stream. It won't be on YouTube. It will be unlisted on YouTube. Won't be on Twitch at all. It'll be unlisted in the Discord. Have a look tomorrow. But I do feel that I owe you guys one. Just maybe not one that runs from like 11 until 7 or 8 p.m. So yeah. I will check DMs, Lorenzo. All right. Anyway, we're gonna leave it there. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys all being here. I absolutely, my soul left my body a couple of times throughout that game, but it is what it is. So the 2 points is what matters. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for hanging out, and I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.